and using the repeat block that is looping. And we're going to give it a title, in this case 2.3. It's Mr. R and Mr. Day Ocampo. The first thing we want to do is find two character sprites. So they're sprites, and we want to make sure that they have multiple costumes. So we can check to see that they have more than one costume. It's necessary that they have more than one costume so that we can animate them. As always, when we pick a sprite, we're going to want to make sure that we initialize them. So in this case, we have the green flag. We know where it's going to start when the green flag is clicked, and we know where the butterfly is going to start when the green flag is clicked. All right, once our animation is started, or rather once our project is started, we're going to want to allow the user to animate. So we want to pick out a different event. In this case, I'm going to use when the space bar is pressed, and I want them to have a quick conversation with each other before they get started. So we'll start off here with the bat, and the bat will say something like, get this block so we can make sure how many seconds is going to say something like, ready to fly. I'm sure that's what he sounds like. And then we're going to do something here. We're going to actually have the bat wait 1 second so that the butterfly has a chance to respond before they do anything. So the butterfly, actually knowing that the bat is talking, it's not gonna say anything till the bat's done talking. That would be rude. It's gonna wait 1 second, and he's gonna add his own comment. He's gonna say, "Oh yeah." All right. So as I click the button, of course, it came up here, so we can start it over. And it's fresh. Okay, so now that they've had a short conversation, we want to animate by looping their costume changes. So in this case, we'll get the repeat block, and how about we have it happen 50 times that they go to the next costume. And the key to getting the animation to work is we need to find the right wait block so that we can actually see the animation happening. In this case, we'll say, how about 0.2 seconds? All right, and we want to make sure the same thing, we have the same thing for the bat. So what we're actually going to do is we can just take this piece of code, we can just drag it right onto the bat, and it will copy directly so that we don't have to do it again. So we have this, we'll get that fixed. Okay, so that's the first part, is getting your two character sprites, initializing and animating them. The next step is you want to add a new sprite, and this is going to be an object sprite. So it might be the city or the sky or something like that. So we'll go into the city theme here, and we'll get a building. How about we get a building? Okay. All right, we got our building in here. It's a big building. We're going to start it over here. As always, we want to initialize it. So we'll go there, and we use the go to block here. So we know that when we press the flag, and with the building we want it to move slowly across the screen, so we can use the space bar. And what we're going to do with the building is, first of all, it's going to wait for the conversation to end, so we know we need to wait for 2 seconds, and then we're going to have it start moving. We use a different loop, and this is called the forever loop. So this is going to happen forever. So it'll wait, and then we want it to move to the left. So the left is, let's see, we'll have it move. We're going to change the x by, in this case, how about -5 every time that it goes. So let's see what that looks like. So we have bat, and he's talking to the butterfly, and the building is going, and it's 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 going. And they pass behind the building, and now that they pass the building, we're going to have them end their conversation. So the bat will say, once that's happened, once it's repeated a bunch of times, it'll say, that was fun. And the butterfly will say, have to wait till the bat's done talking. So the butterfly will wait 1 second, and then we'll say, nah, for 1 second, and then we will stop the entire thing. Just to add this other block, you may not have seen it yet. It's called stop all, and it'll stop our entire animation.